Nende Saba as a legal expert, but also omundu wakanya n'umukwama ebyo mihanga. What do you see? Because tukalangira musha districts mutina big names bakabya ebaberewa beitu nabo banu mulwayi ne citinga irregularities omubusombole obwe NRM obwabya ebiro 17 nero kande the process was through lining up a candidate abande anaho abo bane rekoma wakakobuba because one wasangana omundu mulebe ne mundu wawo nolya ne mundu wawo. This kind of is it too much democracy so transparent to that level and chinawete nguko changaleka at some point and okamu china muchikanake obululu bwabo, but also too as NRM batuleba handling about some of these issues, especially as a complaints kabya internal.
We should be cognizant of the fact that in 2001 government of Uganda opened political space for political parties to compete for political power, and in that we saw the birth of the reform agenda, which started as a parliamentary advocacy forum, which was called PAFO. PAFO gave birth to the reform agenda. It's the reform agenda that was transformed into the FDC. The NRM was then the NRMO. It was an organization at the time because we had not streamlined the political laws. So with all that, there are all the parties we respect in this country, like the UPC, the DP, and they also came into play, and they've been flagging candidates every year. We even have UPC members I know in this town. Now, without wasting time, getting issue why people die, why people fight so hard before I reach on your question.
Yes.
Parliament is a deal's house.
The deal's house.
Yes, Parliament is a deal's house, like where you clear. You've seen members of Parliament on cases where they are negotiating with all entities that receive budget allocations. Can you increase your budget by 10% and you pay us the 50%, the 5%? Can you do this and this? There's a case where MPs, Sise Namuju, Paul Akamba, Geoffrey Macho from Busia were arrested for soliciting, bribes due to, securing a deal that was meant to increase the budget of the Uganda Human Rights Commission. So I think, you would be in Parliament and someone is earning 1.5 billion. Some MPs living large, other MPs don't know what to do, because when an MP comes to the constituency, so you can imagine what an MP goes through. Now, I just wanted to clarify how much they die to go to Parliament. It's a deal's house. And no one should lie to you. No, we are going to go on the area, but so what I can say now on the issue of Kasese district. Kasese district, first and foremost, a harmonization that Ali talked about within the party is likely not to happen. There will not be anything like harmonization. There will be, I'm citing more division, Amarakaya Manene, and there is nothing that we can reconcile the parties right now. However, Mone issue commercial structures part. Issue ibakaurama regionalism. Hane region of Songora, the region of Konso. People believe abanyabukonzo mukakora mutya muti abanyabusongora mukakora mutya muti sitwenzire itwe mbimbetyo munyabukonzo bamabu abanyabukonzo. Those are the people that come from the east abakara saidi ya nyabukonzo munasi yone busongora munasi. So given that abanyabusongora mubaleta candidate wabo ini Ambassador James Bahimba, candidate w'abanyabukonzo ini Dr. Crispus Chioma. So ebyo byabyaho munabyas, and as I know, as I speak, the vote and the harmonization within the party is divided based on the regionalism and the regional politics. And if we don't clean our house, because I belong to the NRM, if we don't clean our house, we are likely to face challenges like losing, in the general elections. We are likely to lose in the general elections because a regionalism comes into play, a division that is within the party. There are some people that feel it's a do or die. Now, like yesterday, Abarokwatali Center Mukarangera. It's a do. It is either me or me. Sahare or you want for Rachel. No. I want you, when a moderator, to give me a minute. I make a clarification on some of the anticipations. This and then a street talk
Yes.
And what people are busy saying. Oh, but what? Yesterday you saw a protest, a protest kind of movement within town that one team ya my dear sister Mary Owachiwot. You saw people demonstrating Bama Viritu Bakaru. Muba kabo Bama Bakaru, Bama and Matauni, Bama demonstrating, Bama Labu Matauni, Bama Wambu Vakanzech, Mbubabivira, Bandubale Kereko Masara or something. But all these ones I was in the NRM. But Nganziriko clarification, yes, Nganziriko clarification. Nabahulikiriri Vaminye Amazima Oiwa Singa Karwakanga named between Maryland and Sarah Itrungu. First and foremost, Tunautre Isha constituencies in Itano Kasese district.
Including Kasese municipality.
Including Kasese. Tunautre Busongora North, Tunautre Busongora South, Tunautre Bukonzo East, Bukonzo West, na Kasese municipality. Obule candidate Oiwa Vyoma Karwako. Ngekanya hape still sine mkanyako. Ngekanya Okasara na Maryland. Obule candidate arinya nautisha stronghold so. Noble candidate mwakasingira omsha stronghold so. But where people need to understand the clarity, because as a party tukanza a harmonization no kuikenda yana, but the ordinary citizen, I mean the truth, I mean yokwane. Omabusongora North County bana moderator wende muhandeka ngana unganza ngakwisha facts. Omabusongora North County Sara Itrungu bareke mwake hayo emetro libiri nangumi ibiri norunane na wani na mwenda. That is Busongora North County. Mary ni watu wote ami hayo obururu omutwarumo. These are official results from the NRM Electoral Commission. Sara Mary ni watu wote ami hayo omutwarumo norukumi norwenda na wani na munane from Achirangera. A difference eyabyaho omabusongora North between Sara Itrungu na Mary ni watu wote amabya mutwarumo norwenda nenguma. From kwa Busongora South Sara Itrungu ami hayo obururu mutwarumo nangumi satru norwenda na sanju na muka. Sara Itrungu ni Busongora South. Mwaki hayo bururu mutwarumo nangumi satru norwenda nangana musanju, like 13,967. Maryland wachiwota amihayu obululu kenda norwenda na wabiri na munane 9,928. Hamabya a difference eyobululu ngumini na wasatu nomwenda in favor of Sara, that is Ebusongoa. Thomas Ebukonzo East County. Maryland, this is her stronghold. Maryland wachiwota mubakamuha obululu mutwalo muuma nangumini nebene na chinani na munane, like 14,488 votes. Bama hasara yobululu mutwalo muuma, that is Bukonjo East County, mutwalo muuma norukumi na runane na wabere 11,820. Maryland amabinya nautre difference eya ngumi biri noruka na muka na munane, like ngumi biri noruka nanga na munane, like 2,668 from Bukonzo West, where I was actually where I camped. Njengaro Bukonzo West County.
Yes.
Mwasinja banya Bukonzo West omuliomu akwala. Now, Maryland wachiwota Bukonzo West amihayu obululu mutwalo muuma nangumini 14,638 votes. 14,636 votes. Sara Itrungu, Mrs. Baleke, amihayu 12,242. Maryland amamulenje difference eya ngumi biri nabisatu nechenda na muka ngaunzererane Kasese municipality. Kasese municipality Maryland wachiwota muika muha obululu kenda nebebere na wabiri nitano. Yamahasara yobululu kaka nabisatu ni 18, 6,318 votes. Yamabya a difference between Sara and Maryland eyangumi biri norwenda no musanju 2,907. Now, a problem eyabandu babele mwekole analysis. Sara was given a block vote omu Busongora North and Busongora South. The difference yiwe nenene. A difference eya Maryland aliasingisa ya Sara in her strongholds ikabya nyike. Now, ukarangire mu Busongora North Sara mwakasinga Maryland a difference yo mutwalo muuma norwenda 10,900. I want us to do the maths to clear these hig-haggers that are going around. Busongora South, the difference between Sara and Maryland is 4,000. Now that means Sara Itrungu akanya na utwabululu mutwalo muuma nangumini difference oma Busongora alone. She got a block vote. Busongora yose mwika kwa candidate wayo. Then Ebukonzo East County, a difference eya Sara na Maryland in favor of Maryland ni ngumi biri noruka nanga na munane. So Sara mama banamulingiro ngumi biri mu Busongora wa Ebukonzo East County. Omu Bukonzo West County where I was, Maryland mwakasingira ya Sara amamusingi obululu a difference eya ngumi biri nabisatu na chenda na muka. Omu municipality amasinja Sara obululu engumi biri norwenda no musanju. Now remember Sara Busongora South and North gave her a difference of 14,000 votes. So in areas Esha strongholds Maryland where they gave her, the difference was small. Nerwama adding the difference eya Maryland siri come from ikabya less by obululu ngumi biri something. Wamachirangera
Ikaparinga difference area
eya Busongora kukasi meaning that Sara concentrated on Busongora and Busongora gave her a block vote. So Maryland mwakasinga outisha areas esharia singira but erisinga aliwe. No one is disputing that Maryland mwakasinga. mwakasinga omwa areas ese but oburobo kasingisha sara a difference irenyike mama adinga sara ngo kwali omusingiro mwa betro ne the other side a difference in ikabula so muba katsukere somesha esha stronghold is Maryland. That's where the confusion came. Maryland amaba na bororo bukonzo East County mutwarumo manangu mini na wane na china namuna. Sara amaba no bororo mutwarumo ma no rokume no runane na wabe. So that created a tunembere
picture
tunembere but then munembere bakale singo kwa say bukonzo East Sara wami haya mutwarumo manangu mini Sara mi haya mutwarumo na rokume a difference ningumi bere na runa no ruka. Bamahambesha differences shall sulia musingisa yesho subakese adi akwenyali ahead by a difference of 2000 plus and then you cannot deny such a person a victory and nganza bandubu yemo ebya it's a do or die nakaluke tumuleke rikiba no siba kiba. I heard someone talking about the NRM as a party has a constitution and it also has a legal policy framework that guides us in as far as doing work. Now, as a legal Puritan, I'll take you through Mr. Ali because I heard you saying Yamite, Amoni, Abandoro complaining. Of course, people forget Hane sports and the South. A football trouble kasa from Pira Mukabia win, a loss in a draw. From endo race strong people very but abamubahamba no mubahamba na so busiba masa. No, we shall either have a recount or it was Wamaka. Now, Maryland in somewhere around the world on campaign what Mamusinga can correct. Supporting a candidate, Nasara to Mamani Singer and supporting a Maryland.
But you see, these are just mere words.
No, they are not.
They are not born.
No, they are not mere words because this is what exactly they were saying to the people, and it's a sign of political maturity. You saw yesterday what Mr. Godfrey Chime did. I have seen Madaraka has done the same. I've seen Happy Esteri did the same at Ndivamani Singer. Candidate. To me, I think this time round, as the NRM family in Kasese, we should avoid having another independent. And whether we have the independent or what, but the independent comes in bad faith. No, we have a this time round. It is just scientific, like you've seen.
South
has
no
she has no complaint. She has no actually legal basis to even petition the NRM Electoral Commission or legal department. Then the other thing, civility demands, you know forums on how to present your petition and how to address people. There was no need the
team was here yesterday. The team were here, our Kasese supporters. In fact, Banzeri office RDC, Mutrana, Kandianabo, they are not happy at all. Nairobi went to Tinarindile, Echinyo, Long Shapol,
Thembo Gideon Mujung will address his constituents, Navaria Mukoma, but RDC is not the NRM. RDC has no work in NRM elections. So you coming to present a petition, there are channels, the party is structured. Now, Wamarangera, where people go wrong, they are addressing a problem to a wrong forum. But now, see, they are educated people. I know Gideon Mujung is a certified public accountant who has been in parliament for 5 years and he has to understand the nitty-gritties and how to address challenges like this one. If you're not satisfied with the outcomes, he knows Broadstone Chadondo Road, where he was nominated. So coming to express grievances, now that is like what Mary what I did. Protest vote. It was uncalled for. Now we can do RDC. RDC is a civil servant. RDC is employed under the Public Service Standing Orders. So a mammolet repetition in New York, what do you expect him to? so bomu bakaenda wrong forum. Let them bahambe linki rubaruba butukubuto bwa why batebeta bwanda bendo bafailing your complaint here if they have any, by the way.
Okay, osinji amshe ku Delausi Kabogoza kandi oyo ni legal experts asumire bya mateka kandi nyakakola ne NRM okwaluherere olweyulu
ngale munya NRM but ngakora ne government in Uganda nje ngale supporter of NRM but yes. I work for government singalo kora ne NRM
as a party.
Yes.
Okay. Wasinja for that deliberation. Otherwise, a high clear picture of how the election was, but also etasongera omwisi okusha results nerenda tukasisuria mwetochi Samarera where issues are arising from, but also Samarera ekintu kinubeno kyanga kikatula. People are no longer looking at somebody's ability. Ebyo mundu amakuletera or the ability of somebody to work for you, to represent you in parliament, kuteribe mu mbetya. Abantu hatya balekuwa nzeritolerezya even things that may not be so big determininga obukole bw'omundu, you know, because so ngabo tusanyikoma konde singa ludini yao ko tusanyikoma konde singa lumwe region yao. How does that relate to somebody's ability eyeribye mu mbetya mubuye?
First of all, politics in science is a scientific game. Maybe you would say a formula. Formula ni plural ya formula. One is a formula, more than one is a formula. To derive at an outcome of comment, you must have applied political mathematics for that case. Now, which election is not an event, it is a process. Nikintu kikatsuka alingo kanalia bwa ya roadmap ekira iru chereho kikakitobuli mekitano akisaba kabya bukome mu Uganda, then mekitano ikabeka yaho ko buli chama iche huru cha roadmap yacho manya expression of interest, update of party register, never. So the process is twofold. In the first place, a head office tutobwanga yenere mwetu kabwako, then FDC sikahuluka ya roadmap chabululu cha roadmap na abantu ba responding akuyo abantu bayakoma, then fold 2 nere bikaro mwabukome byelwayo byabantu feedback now shatukalo ma results abantu bakoma nare byasuba kwa administrators at whatever level, then administration center, that is now the tally center here Urucha who has got what 3. The politics is a game of numbers. Whoever has the highest number takes the day. But ngaulia tungasha number shisha wote in the question. And you can only dispute sha number shamundalia tunga if only and only you have empirical evidence. If you have evidence. Obululu hali yakoma oyuka koma siyeketwa mu yo amaraba nganene oyuketwa mu yo amaraba ne returning officer ayuka rangerera obululu na obululu sebulibya mu box sebulibya kwa line obululu bukabya okwa declaration form wamabi now to declaration form zishawo right from every polling station, then you can be able to file a petition at whichever level, in whichever office, depending on the legal provisions. That's the level. Would either Banyibire, which is what I mean. Declaration forms. Now, Chikatu Rako election, administration, and management by both the organizer, for this case, that is NRM and FDC, number 2, and the candidates are participating in to a level that Utolebia will now say you are trusted agents, polling agents, or public polling station. Can do over training, over Yeshan River Kenkesha.
What to do?
Mubiriwabu. What is your role as an agent? Utolero out, and Utolo delivering out the results. Every binocho which is digital. like ngabandi ba candidates ukabana ishali selecting agent yawutse akasimuka katochi no abantu bakaselecting agent nyana uti smartphone kusiba not smartphones wehera kwa data as soon as the declaration form yamabara hande ko lisa iningo nyatere kisaseni na nyasukuma yitu satani watu wa satani center yababiri bahereni so that hard copy muyangatalero mwanzera at least there is a hard soft copy which can be printed. So ekindu cha election management and administration by both the organizer and the candidates is very very important. Halimu ekindi of course in the interest of time hali ekindi kindu ekikahambanga no kwa expectations management. Tutobwanga mu municipality at Mohana Kasese obuli mundu usi ayende mu vetting ye NRM I saw invested a lot of money, millions of money. As you see, Asia will see Masira how Mashanga some good health center for. Now, a politiki in game a betting. Betting is also science. A betting at the table, Teverizia. So that now, Omuroka be Ramu send Sinene. Inyali ngekanya vendunga nishuwa deal inye veriru ati there is either ukendi luzinga kusi ukendi singa but at the end of the day bakajita ha mundu mu so erihira mwasha sende it is not necessary that ukende love wanganatungesha sende washiramu but so wetabalia those political mathematicians you will see may not still get the desired results to a level that now the emotion is shaenda very high nerosanga na bantu babiri obuhuka ngabayisa mambo much as I don't know if they are gaba na utokwa nene we see something like something different to a level that kwebuka lingekania now eshenzi yashengalie hiramu nero lingekania onse bamanyi but do you have scientific evidence ekakanga na yiti mu kasinga kusimu bakakuba so ukaya itsemba ambi iwabe wonawute omulengekanya bwawo mwa ekyamukono tikahora mwa kyerisikyerega either you can win or you may lose so that now ejeka kwasire unesi sikere kutabuba noku bamawamboma kusinga then you are able to do it to go by the results bamawamboma masinga you also celebrate moderately now obululu bunu obwa vetting aliko nalya tubura of course obuli chama kikasonda ya it's best nendi you can be competing and you can be ambassador and you can be flag bearer our chama cho omwabukome obusi. So in the aftermath of a vetting now as a heno of member wamabe uli we FDC wamabe uli we NRM manya uli we nupu manya uli we of member wa bukavulyo kwa test. Are you a member or a member kwa nao kwa mutima wa chama echo kusi uli musuhuri wa chama echo? Are you a politician kusi you are a better or you are a speculator? Because wamabeliba uli member kundu wa chama kandi uchuta kwa mutima wao kandi su uli musuhuri wa mwa politiki bakaba mabu wambuwa masingwa tutaleka kanyiri singwa because it sounds a little bit bitter. Then you take heart and you begin from there. And supporting another chama. Like what Honorable Kabianga did in the press conference, like what Madaraka did here in municipality Mohanu, Kawate, are you a malaba, you yet to call it. So that a common blazing about supporters view what moved through where you towards an internal election, Tomatomos and Noku, that was a friendly fire. So let us now rally behind the official flag bearer. So as a high you know, of a member of the mundo are you participating among Babukome of a chama chiwe or whatever ramba flag at your test. Because we don't expect everyone would want some independent because you had grievances or muchi or internal elections. First of all,
what if you have grounds?
No, you can trauma your malavanga. You can trauma your mala. You may have grounds, yes, not every ground is strong. You may have weaker grounds. Then also, na you can hold those grounds, those petitions may look at the impact. So muka bwa kwa kanduka regionalism and religion. I think Kasese with the history here to it, when there were those struggles of self-determination, abasha kulunda bake kulababyaho, they were not educated, I think so highly, but they were bright and out of focus. They were fighting for the generations to come, and of which the generation they sacrificed. But struggles here show they were not looking at regions and the religion. When Ukabuka Samarira, it was from all over individual up to Okwalu Silwa Chapo kwa Mtanua Kongo na Uganda. And gradually, of course, what they fought for, Chama Garagara. But I think above to see where they are, they should be shedding tears. And what they fought for is not what is happening today. Echindiche region, ene Busongora, ene Bukonza. Ene Busongora, ene Bukonza. I want to, that's one that the effect of regionalism or politics, especially NRM. In 2016, we will come in a municipality when the Honorable Ferigo Ashinga ambassador by him. Echindu echo ebyalwamu kubya kustinga NRM ya parliamentary seat a municipality. That's when Honorable Centenary went to parliament. Because it was open and clear that Mbahimba Kam should vote for Centenary. You can see now a civilized, I'm sorry to say this, but it's necessary. Wamabia ukalingekana na regionalism. It means you are still uncivilized. Mwanga about a PhD, mwanga about a professor. When you begin according to region, or you know of Konzo, or you know of Songora, or you know high, ukabula na civilized. Na data and Moscow kaminya kulengeti. So ukabuka promoting agenda, ukabuka promoting agenda munyerebe, ukabuka sacrificing your own party. Chagala ko urenda hali the aftermath of an election, yikahira membership yo mundu yo kwa test. So 2016 NRM lost the parliamentary seat ya Kasese municipality, have a regionalism. Now this regionalism, say you want to have a control here. Like a district ya Kasese yama bilumbetiwa na abandu ba Bukonzo. For that case, it's a very Bukonzo. Like we had Bamsede, Tomatunga Hande, Tomatunga Sibendire, Tomatunga Mount. These are 4 people. But ukabuka and down the memory lane. Ukasangana, these guys tried so much and the Wemo College, Wama Balesing district. Forming executive, service delivery. Now, we had Reverend Chitaenda coming in, but Reverend Chitaenda, I don't know if Dini, he tried his level best. But now, Ukabuka and Lucas Samaria became the role as a Heno, we are at the apex regionalism. Jalenga covering the Abosha Kurava with self-determination. Nairu in the district, Ivia Hano. Abanga bavurigwa n'abakineho batulariyo bakatunga yemisoni. Of course buli mundu, I mean after this election, buli mundu ati aliko auditing ashana mahiramu nabyo malwamu ngakoleki. Chikale kwalangira kushuwa Francis Chitulakabwa ati amaha NRM secretariat ya up to Mandi will be announcing the next step. The same applies to Muju. Then I don't know what, because I was looking at the Shapo system from Kutua Maryland. People are like saying, itwe mubakatuba. But still, uko to mubakatuba, do you have the empirical evidence? Do you have all your idea forms, declaration forms, shawana shosi? Kabagoza andeka tukangani, block figures of which and every candidate, block figures. But how did you come up with that block figure? A block figure, you might say it. I think it should be quoting Enanga Tally Center, the official result settlement system Tally Center Kasese. Now, what would be the next move? Some independent, I think it is a constitutional right, the supreme law of the land, the constitution. But also there is a chirayero NRM as a party ya wikawa tichana kana wali ende asa hano abo member bo mundu buli kwa test are wumera bye mwarwamu na retani wumera in case wa mu tukenda mu independent kama isaya ule mu member yale kange don't have the party at heart kundi ukabuka yanduka lebya abukonzo west in 2016 no 2011 first time you honorable Kapsa I think it was 2016 Capson never ya some independent NRM leaning it gave way to Kapsabi FDC's honorable Kapsa kunduka bukateraniza bulu Capson yatunga okobwa honorable Chiyonga atunga still NRM to take that seat but no mutema watubule rais to businya nemu eventually somebody sacrifices a party you nabirikanya ku 2016 actually iriho currently chiri chiti on top of religion but also akanduka tubulera hese don't get surprised kaka sam that tukohenere uyetenere ukiba bari financially incapacitated that 2031 you will not be able to do what to come but chama chawo wamachira hai so inga yaunzerera akobutukobono a secretariat I think NRM for this case na FDC there are a lot of differences much as the FDC kakolisa electoral college NRM kakolisa ya universal adult suffrage alikonaliya bwa but now wamahamba example eya Busongora South honorable Mujungu claims that the polling station siwe ikumi is it 10 polling stations results were not actually tallied. Now ukabya wolini if it is true kwa manu kwenene echaleka registrar inyatabana okwerangerera obasango na matatu ngani kwa hai there circumstances where ubakana bwambo ogwa masaka yimuwanga butare nizo kwa muhereri obusi shangala but was it the case which means in my humble opinion the district registrar erred in his duties by not actually allowing Mujungu just to access as a result sewe HOC na yatali senda yewe ikatalinga so that isima chinge nasiri mu system aya NRM secretariat because maka namudu nainga the right to his own information which claims mulika nalekeba grabbing his victory. Now who actually he who alleges must prove the burden of proof lies on his shoulders. Therefore it also goes back kwa changalia buwa iwenge candidate wama administer nga wote obululu bwawo wama manage nga wote polling agent alahai kuno wamubana wamamutata mubanda now it means another source yonga tungira mwamwatsi oyo yatali center NRM. So I think for the case of Busongora South there is a need to look at reasons why the returning officer who's a registrar akanatwa maranga obululu wa Busongora South ishali candidate or more of a candidate shall share accessing only Mujungu man able accessing a results show from the tally center then he should be able to know how he fared from his polling station is equal. Busongora North I saw Mbakania Mike aka kania
no achoma
no the one I've seen is only Mbakania aka what you know nasingira mu sub counties musanje but still sub counties musanje Kabogoza Delausi what could be the difference on sub county biringo mashangana covering up na sub county 10 au ndia maviri area akutsebo mangu mibi angana covering your difference amasha sub counties 10 nariwo correct nariwa inyakusinga. Another thing I saw was the Honorable Kitanyo Rekasenya Murana na Marule, engineer Marule. Now, HOC chikalwa mu exaltation is issue is a high expectations. You are invested, yes, but you are invested in a game which is scientific. It is more of betting. How you reach the numbers varies. It's not a matter that woman Ramasha send utukandira. harimo abandi bakatunga bakora ma sympathy vote abandi kabwate mu bulya munawa bwana habwe ekyo what I'm going to do this time I can't very well. But the question remains, a party yawo is supreme. A party yawo is supreme. Self-interest would always hear a haste of a party yawo. Your party must be above your self-interest. So whatever the outcome, I think it was Tangerera. But also on the side of the organizers, that is the organizer party, then of course through the registrars and the rest, there is a need to be free and fair. Wama hundura a result eyo mundu enguma. Natural justice dictates that you are a thief. Therefore you are not worthy to be in a public office. So hali a crisis katunga stages. Now, obululu now that wama behuamu bwa bekomu obwa. I think Echireho is in fact finding a mission and the commission a fact finding. And whole Keresha grievance is our leaders, our chapatis, because in a FDC could have decided what is independent. But participating by chance, our way by chance. Let people present their grievances. Analyze them scientifically, not basing on emotions, on regions, on religion, on money, on whatever. Look into those grounds where they carry weight. I think it is necessary that they run here their plan. But why they don't carry weight, you must ever sober from the ground their way, see the holding water. But in mobile commerce, as far as I know, election petitions, the moment you don't have declaration forms, you don't have any basis. It is heavy. One can never have a bribery, yes. But you can hold it never yes, much as there was bribery, but couldn't affect the results substantially. But declaration forms. So above at 9 the Mabu Kamabukaya Sahamberi, Esha vetting as Kaya Sahamberi. To avoid such scenarios, you need to have an agency vow, have the trustworthy, have a necessary report. When the polling stations, we call it the declaration forms. SNA sign. No Pamabanica a different, had you materially center, Bakar and Gogwa in a row matching guy you know now. However, get different, then you can be able to challenge it. Technically, what would you are in the young out a year about the variant. But Ababa Levire, which have very declared winners, a moment more of your movie, I would urge you not to celebrate like you won our opposition. This was a friendly match. My room within a charm. Mamma Mukasanoko, you never see the carrier was military, whatever a friendly fire. But to cover Kiwama to cover Yaka Ukaya facing out the other party, that of what you need when you need over here. So, at the message, you think NRM and FDC. As a Henobato River Cabana Mulkerisha Grievance is about to the Bakata meeting to harmonize internally so that they build a team very strong to face the opposition. But Grievance is a Shamabanicama vetting the NRM. In my humble observation, if not handled properly, Kasese, the opposition is likely to sweep NRM again. The opposition is likely to sweep a bit of Hano on a district Kasese, analysts, especially on my municipality, Songora North, then in a case in which a woman even south, yes. Now, when to come to the region, if it is true that you can in some kind of region, you see, there is a the role of religion and politics. Politics is a game of numbers. But to numbers, you need to look at Namakoriki to get the numbers. What will be the effect of this of faith denomination in Europe? Eshabal hari imbalances. Wasangana area Nyerebe religion Nyerebe dominating because people believe on Mabakima na pulpit. If somebody who stands on the pulpit like Ikwakala gospel, Nyamuhang, Amala Bioma gospel, religion in politics. it's affecting what. But these are sentiments esikelwa omwa and fairness ya election administration. Election administration ya matandi bya fair then yangenabuta akalulu akali based on religion and religion, which are very, very, very dangerous trends on the strength and the performance of a party during the political system. But we pray that the Chichireke can come. Otherwise, our leaders of NRM Hanoma district ya Kasese, and our supporters of NRM, leave alone FDC, Ivo Bakana la but my experience shows that NRM, everything ikabika huwa mabakabya nzoka, enza kuwa mahanara y'umwigo ikatebeta sera la mabubune. Likewise, NRM Hanoma Kasese irenga nzoka irimu mwigo. They never recover from Miranda Erika Romot or Maviting. But this time around, now that there is a new administration, Your Honorable Ambassador Mbahimba, I think they will have to sit down and decide how they harmonize or move to go with trouble high.
Okay, Wasinja, Thembo Fred, Tano Municipality ya Kasese, Mshakulu Francis Chitula Mugisa, Muliolwa binya na wait press conference, kanmaka ni line binya kakangana ya and akende bya inya amahereria akachiko akakatekateka obusombole akenarem amakiriye biro bene erebya ekama brandulinga issue yiwe because akabwende esha declaration forms esha polling stations ini musititabya esikabarawa so a ground eyimanire kuyeyo and akabwende by Monday Electoral Commission Office NRM ike yamabilwayo yamalwayo ikatenda handling issue eno akende binyakaranga ekinde ekyaka komo yako. This is an internal election. Remember no mafamele ngum. Why all this? Because at the end of the day, Boko Fred and Namakania we all abo sibaka on the kaisuzo owned. Because one and flag it doesn't necessarily mean in Roma College Woma sing in the kind of parliament. That's why NRM ikalo ile ni emphasizing in the robo no emabukola omabukoro no butekane. So that halkeba nke issue eyabande libenga bakasikira yabana over jubilations. In fact, Oksharali is mutinamtina Asia Primaries. At some point, I saw a section of supporters of Mrumuleve bakakangania like bakanga bakasekerera ya a section eyabogize bondo Mrumuleve. I'm trying to imagine such chikakangania and hareho bulinga I don't know how I should actually term it. Rukalangira, at the end of the day,
you see, Mr. Ram, how old were you in the 90s? I think Mr. Kabogoza Delausi because you were a fairly young man. But we were Kena Mukaga. Deve tujora mu Muhindo bakibanzanga besimba hano abamuranga munose mu north ba John Tawute man was not in politics. Ajol akaruru ka Uganda katandika kusisikara in 2001 sente zatandika kutahamu politics. In other words, now it had two effects. One, it made the politics a do-die game. A do-die game. We are lacking that in Kasese and like in Toro, in Ankole, and other areas. For them, it is sorted in primaries. Once you win the primaries, or in parliament, automatically. Because the opposition is real, there is a Kazu Kehura and so on. That's why in some places it was bloody. The battle was in primaries. But in Kasese, chances are high that also Korama Mukamif for NRM, general opposition. Now, a Kinsente, politics are especially at parliamentary level. So, there is a lot of investments. people have got loans, people basimbire ebintu byabo, abantu baguriza ebintu byabo to inject in politics with the hope that obunagenda mu parliament nja kuzihayo. Niza Kabogoza kugambira ngo parliamentary deals in 2014 aro parliamentary committee ya natural resources ikaba nihandika reports moya muzeyi umeme kabe mutambiri at some point yagoza kutaminatinga endagano ya umeme tubamugamba nango muzeyi leka umeme it's not to be natural, but in bagamba committee ya parliament by then habogoza kuhandika report how umeme kurungi. Every member of that committee they had 1 billion on his account. So aliyokuli. Now this one has compromised the quality of MPs. Nikimanyisa ngo abantu abanyakwina ideas tugenda mu rallies ba candidates bona aba municipality, but aro candidate obabena imuka kubaza abantu bagamba yes ogu nanko is a material baitu abantu bagamba ngo asida takozeriki but so it means we risk having mediocres in parliament. Then people are supposed to be in the parliament because they were said that bakujayo over comparing parliament, the 60th parliament. Some people say it is the best parliament Uganda has ever had. Yabano Bakemao, Winnie Byanyuma, Ben Wacha, Wapakabulo, Agura Awori, Egyo parliament. Omar Atubo was one of the greatest parliament because Bakomagawantu, depending on their ideas and their brilliance. But currently the parliament yakasumekanu, the parliaments range viteta, simply because they maneuvered. They went to parliament because they had money. Look at the parliamentary sittings. Kakobatali Ibrahim Musebuju Uganda Rukobaza is Abdul Katuntu. Atal Abdul Katuntu, uja kusanga Joel Senyonyi. Hatukundu Kasese, somehow at least Katsusabe. Now we are Yakobaza to Kenge Wako in Ujungu America. So it means our parliament is full of mediocres simply because they went there to do what? To get money.
To trade.
Now, kimwe kya raising issue na bananchi tunakobegesa the role of an MP. But these MPs are overburdened. Now, because bakwira karuru kabo, you become a hostage. That's why many MPs kakawagena parliament akaseta akatire mburu amasimu na gahindura. Nikimanyisa motoka where they get good vehicles. You know become bibi. Ujagura motoka everahuri ya black tinted na koraki na verezimu. Na tira watu kumasabiriza, so people become beggars. No, everything ya MPs atasemele kora musanga ya agenda, it becomes a burden on him. MP is supposed to go ambulances. MP is supposed to kueleza abantu fees. MP is not supposed to be harmful no kuzika, but it means now we should also civic education. Mr. Kabogoza Delausi, which government agency is in charge of civic education. But I want to know kubegesa tukabaya mindset MP ni kamarabiona. Now, this one brings to me locally here now brings me the issue of the afraid about the expectations. Kugamba umuntu nagenda mukaruru nagamba because of the money has invested in now I have high expectations. So we should teach people. That's why these programs are there. To get abantu kubanogenda mukaruru or in expecting that will come umupira ita abakora betting aroho win na loss then na draw ole naseba 1x namanya ole ja kusinga ndakole draw beti mukaruru musamuki tingmani mtakaboza boxing kwa draw room boxing I think draw room now people always start so mukaruru musamu ya draw, so it means kuteka musenti mukaruru is not automatic nanka ngoje kurabo mukaruru kakubagenda hararo karora crowd ya abantu bejure ne bawaga yeso gera ngo they your supporters ekya Kabogoza kugamba ngo a polling station M. I think team ya Kabyanga had a lot of expectations but yet ngo bururu okay ikiyonga mutera iguru. Now in 1996 the reason why basemogerere Bobi Wine na babesi bagamba babibire now Bobi Wine eja kuja Harare Kasese because Bobi Wine muzini, people will come to see Bobi Wine the musician hata magazeke jagamba Kasese nchikubye hata kiro kya karuru na alikuwa yuru na 15 agamba banyibiri. So people should manage their expectations. Then lastly Kasese turugira hambeho mu break nabani ni sharing nabagezi bana it is time debate is of splitting a district zigaruke. Kasese is too big. Actually, we are in the era. You have to move with the Molembe. We are in the era of district split. Even the Tororo that had remained as a big district, now you are splitting it. Kawali and Aruo. Now, some of the questions will be answered. Things of region will be answered by creating another district. Either 2 districts more or another one. Now, many reasons. The Birungi Birumu being. But imagine if we had a Bokozo district, if Bokozo is split, then Maryland would be sorted. That is one. We shall settle some political questions by the split. But also, too, in Kasese, we have a problem. We don't have people who can scout for us. People in Kasese, they are not connected. It seems up. You ask any MP of NRM here, which MP among our MPs of NRM has the capacity just to write a cheat and you are recruited?
To recommend.
There are people in Rukoki, very servants, technical staff, who are competent even to become commissioners in the ministry. But because they've been a month or so of scouting, they are rotting here. Mention the Jewish Baruch, people like Anis Masereka, Plan. Guys are there. Katsuera has a PhD. What is he doing in Rukoki? He's supposed to be a commissioner in the environment ministry of water, but they are there. So what I'm saying,
what is his name?
It's called Katsuera Joseph. He has a PhD in environment.
What is he doing?
He's the natural resource, district natural resource office.
With a PhD.
With a PhD.
But he's also joking. Why would you sit with your PhD to look at the natural resources and only Kasese?
So we get to remember, there's nobody who can fish here.
Exactly.
So it means
Talk
yes.
of this head teacher.
Yes.
Kanyangere.
Yes, that is Dr. Eric.
Yes.
Eric.
He's still a head teacher.
Primary.
Class.
He will be a commissioner in the Ministry of Education.
Not every PhD holder has to be in commissions. But let's be realistic, Mr. Ad. How many PhDs do we have in Uganda? Now, people like the head teacher, is called who?
Eric.
Eric Wambale. Eric Wambale, being a teacher is a calling. It's
Yes.
like being a reverend father.
It's a vocation.
It's a vocation. He was called by God to serve his people. So Eric Wambale is not in the wrong place.
Yes.
His calling is there. He finds comfort in, sharing his wisdom and the children.
That's overqualified.
Yeah, he can't be overqualified, but we should be religious. Nothing happens without God's consent. Maybe God has a reason why Eric Wambale is in Kanyangere. So, I'm sorry to interject, but let's be religious. Nothing happens without God's consent.
Okay. Now, then I allow Mr. Kabogoza to come in. Ekimugamba Kiringu, these people can be sorted. In 2021, in the constituency ya Matia Kaseja, Buyanja, I think, a gentleman called Chalimpa akaja kumwisimba. Now, what Kaseja did, akamusotinga by placing him in Uganda Investment Authority as a deputy ED. And that question was settled. So what I'm saying is that in the NRM Secretariat, there is a whole department led by Rosemary Seninde, Director of Mobilization, Cadre Identification and Placement. Mwete Marilyn Okasomaki. I had she did something social something. Go to the Ministry of Gender, place her there. Yeta Bambakania Ban. Where is the deputy RDC? Even assistants, by they are getting 800,000, one about year. But there is no bridge between here and the center. People like Kamala Real, Mr. Delausi Kamala has suffered.
Kamala Johnson.
Johnson is in the party here. But why can't Kamala be placed? He can be even recruited by negative forces and the opposition can become disgruntled
And then is PFF.
Utaliwo buti bamakwiba omabuli candidate nganda kuhabula ndi womenye amalambo awali mu district ya Kasese because waiting ya NRM obuli Lusi 1 the polling station womenye amalambo ayo umenya namba yawu namena wawu kandi kwa buli polling station uyira kwa agent no kwasakoletera declaration form washabara obululu warekolesha declaration form utire rekolesha biwungu ebyo ku WhatsApp ebiwungu bya ku WhatsApp na some radios byangena ku misleading so that ukihera complaint wabona uti evidence but still umenya uti aliyetsemba kulieraba nerewa wamawa uwashika wamayo uti wamawandeke iwashika isi wamayo uti wamawamokwenene wasika nero achama wachira mbere watsukiraho wasatwenga undo murundi leka basinjira bigoya but also we pray that abana mu murugunyo ko butuko buno habo amako mama beho nyamwanga basikaye muwume buli kindu kikabe kwacho kikabyaho ko butuku wacho neri timing ya nyamuhanga is the best.
Okay, Ali, in less than 10 seconds.
Yes, nisima abanyakolera radio kandi nkofredi ya kugamba NRM ingire etu mechanism especially our elders, Bishop Masereka, Bishop Zerebende, even religious leaders by the religious council. Okay, it is not not be partisan, but by Reverend Mukozo na abandi baina corona bahumuza bano abantu bakuze mu karuru batotare mitima kandi mukutuwa ho ururu cyariyo mukututunga ururu rwemerembe abantu batazangana abantu batitangana muzini mu after all agamba ubururu mu Ruganda na maisha ngo ubururu utatubaganiza. Yes.